Karen,
Yes.
you ever tried talking to a tree?
Actually, yes.
Well, I mean, not like hug it and hope it vibes back kind of talking. I mean, really connecting with its soul.
I don't think I've gotten that deep into it, but I have told them they're beautiful.
Okay, that's a start. No, now, have you ever wondered what messages your loved ones on the other side are still trying to send to you?
Well, yeah, but what does that have to do with trees?
Well, I'm getting there. Wildest of all.
They're saying, leave, leave.
Wildest of all, have you ever wondered what Mother Earth herself might whisper if you really listened?
Well, now I am.
Guess what?
What?
Our guest today does that, all of that. She channels humans, animals, spirit guides, even the whole planet herself.
That's exhausting. I mean, it sounds exhausting. Maybe it's not, but...
Yep, especially when you know that Mother Earth is apparently taking calls, and Stephanie Banks, who's our guest, is the switchboard.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and if we're lucky, Stephanie might just even bring someone through live on the show today.
Yay,
I know. So get ready, because by the end of this episode, you just might start hearing voices all your own and realize they've been with you all along. My name is Will.
And I'm Karen.
And unlike Mulder and Scully,
both want to believe.
so we've embarked on a journey of discovery.
We've talked to people deeply entrenched in the spiritual and metaphysical world.
We've thrown ourselves into weird and wonderful experiences. I even joined a coven of witches.
And wait, you joined a coven?
Yep, all in the interest of finding something
Anything.
that will prove that there's something beyond this physical,
Three-dimensional world we all live in.
This is the Skeptic Metaphysicians.
Hey there, I'm Will.
And I'm Karen.
Welcome to another soul-whispering, tree-talking, universe-unlocking episode of the Skeptic Metaphysicians. Our guest today is basically the United Nations of soul communication.
Wow.
See, she doesn't just chat with people. She channels animals, spirit guides, trees, even the entire planet. Yeah, Gaia apparently has her on speed dial. Now, her journey started when dementia made it impossible to talk with her mom the usual way, so she went soul to soul instead, and from there, well, she's been translating between realms ever since. But don't worry, she's not here to make things woo-woo complicated, because Stephanie has this uncanny ability to take the mystical, the cosmic, the quantum stuff and explain it like she's just giving you directions to the grocery store. Right? With more awe, though. So a lot more laughter, too. So buckle up, because today we're finding out what happens when your higher self, your dog, and Mother Earth all decide to leave you a voicemail at the same time. Welcome to the show, Stephanie Banks. How you doing today?
That was the best intro ever. I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. What a great vibe we have started off with. Thank you for that.
Oh, thanks for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure to have you. Boy, you are busy.
Holy cow.
Yeah. How do you fit all that in your head?
And your schedule.
Right.
Well, I keep it out of my head, so that's key, right? It's a bad neighborhood up there sometimes, so that's no place for spirit. But I find that being heart connected is where it's at. That's how I'm able to receive communication, and we all are. By the way, this is not unique to me. We are all channels. We're all channeling all the time. And I just was never told that I couldn't channel Mother Earth, and I was never told that I couldn't channel trees, and I was never told that I couldn't channel anything I wanted to. So I do. And I teach other people how to do so.
Well, that's cool. But in all fairness, I've never been told that stuff either, and I don't. So it's not an automatic. I'm just putting it out there.
Dang it. Wouldn't that be
But now
great?
that you know, you could if you wanted to. I wanted to. So I studied it. I learned it. I learned how to get out of my own way. And I think that's 90% of it.
That is, I would say, yeah.
See, that's always so interesting to me, because you, the general you, or okay, me, I feel like when someone has these incredible gifts of channeling, mediumship and whatnot, it's a gift that they're born with and that they know. But you're telling me you studied it and you learned how to do this? So anybody could do this.
That's right.
I could do this.
Absolutely. There really is nothing unique to me that makes me better suited, except for the fact that I'm enormously curious about it and vastly open to it. So yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Okay, so I gotta know, what does Gaia, what does Mother Earth talk to you about? Like, hey, stop stepping so hard, or I need you to mow my lawn. Like, what do you talk to her
A little
about?
trim, a little trim.
Okay, I'll give you some examples. Constantly I'm getting communication from Gaia, but it's not just Gaia. I mean, there's no just Gaia, right? Because of the entire living planet, but
Right.
all her beings, and we are among them. We're not separate. We're all, integrated. And so today, my communication with her was about a particular type of plant that for 10 years sat out on my patio, and I pretty much neglected it. I was raising 3 young kids and life was chaotic enough. I had a mother who had dementia. It was just too busy. And so this poor plant sat in this tiny pot and waited for someone to care for it. And that someone was not me. And then 10 years later, I sort of woke up and started to hear her communicating and saying, yo, hey, hi, over here. It's tight in here. I need some water. I need a bigger place to grow. And she'd literally not grown, I say she, but more than like 1.5 feet because there was no space. So I replanted this plant. This was when I was acknowledging my channeling gifts, put her outside my son's bedroom window. He is an enormous green thumb. He's connected to all things plant life. And she is now 7 feet tall. I know because I just went outside to talk to her right before I got on this show. And it's just a beautiful exchange and experience. And in that whole process, I learned more about myself, that I'm a plant empath. I can feel what plants are sensing. I could feel her parchedness, her confinement, her desperation for someone to pay attention and give her a little bit more earth in which to grow. So that's just an example. Another example is when my mother passed 11 years ago, a male cardinal, started coming to my other son's bedroom window every single day. And a cardinal was my mother's favorite bird. She was just in awe of birds. And the bird still, to this day, still comes to the window, stares at me, pecks at it, makes my dogs absolutely loony. But we have these conversations. And I know that this connection is a direct conduit to my mom because I feel it in my bones. And this bird, I just pray it follows me when I move because I want to continue this relationship and I'd like it to, to join me at my next home. But this is not unique to me. We all can have this connection with nature. This is the connection with Gaia. And when I channel Gaia, sometimes it's with specific questions. How can I be a better servant to you? How can I be more conscious about my choices and my awareness of you? How can I teach and lead better so that we are coming back into balance with her? Because that will bring humans into harmony. And isn't that what all of humanity needs right now?
Oh boy, isn't it ever?
Yeah.
And that's a task. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say that you want the bird to move with you, but I mean, if there was a way to talk to the bird and tell it to move with you, you could just say, "Hey."
I have been.
Oh, okay, go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it will choose to, but I've given it my address.
So I've got one. If you
I got one too.
okay, we'll go.
How do you find, I guess the space isn't the right word, but there's all of this construction chaos and noise around us all the time. And every time you turn around, something else is being built or torn down or renovated or new roads being paved, and there's tractor trailers and everything everywhere. And it's so much. So how do you manage to make it through all of that to be able to connect with Gaia and with all the beings?
Yeah. Well, she's not encumbered by the noise. And so her vibrational field is clear, always clear. And my job is to match mine closely to hers. It's never perfect, but it's a process. And so I use meditation for that. And I use literally time outside. I have to be with her, among all of her precious beings, in receiving of their beautiful, delightful energy, so that what I'm carrying as a sometimes tightly wound human who feels a lot of despair for the world and the direction that humanity seems to be taking in some ways, that can be released. And Mother Earth is really the best energy I know of to drain what doesn't serve us, literally by going out, and it's called earthing. You stand barefoot on the planet and on the soil, on the grass, on the sand, wherever you can get, and you just let this energy drain out of you, and you draw up this pure, positive, loving frequency. That is earth energy. That's universal love, and that's what earth energy is.
Right. I would imagine that part of the things that Gaia is telling you is, hey, how about a little bit less asphalt? How about letting me breathe a little more, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the messages that oftentimes the messages that come through bring me to tears. Like I am feeling the I'm feeling her despair. She does feel despair. She does feel harm. She does feel all the things that you would expect when when your children are consistently destroying the life that you are nurturing and supporting. And yet she continues to serve with the greatest of love and generosity and non-judgment. So it's a place to, when I do channel Pachamama, I really try to do my part to stay as open as I can, and also not be leveled by my own human aspect of emotionality with this, because I'm an earth warrior. I am here in service to the trees and to the animals and to all the species that are going extinct every moment. And I feel very, very deeply. So yeah, she wants less asphalt to be sure.
Yeah.
She really wants us, her children, to come back to ourselves, to come home,
Right.
and to listen for what is true. And that is our interconnectedness.
It feels like we have such a surface life these days. Everything is about what looks and what other people think, and what's right here instead of what's really on the inside.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever? I'm assuming at the very beginning you probably questioned whether am I really hearing this or am I making it up? What brought you across the threshold to truly? Because I don't feel any doubt from you at all. Like, you are 100% there. How did you cross that line?
Well, I realized that we're all making this up all the time.
Oh.
And that is very freeing when you realize that. And the reason that's so important is because for some reason, the culture would tell us that if we're making it up, it's not real. Somehow the imagination is not real. And yet, if you look behind me at anything on my shelves or anything in my home or anything in yours, first it was imagined, because before it came into form, right? So that's not real. That's as real as it gets. So I do like to tell people that if you are afraid that you're making this up, you are. I am. You are. All the time. This is the beauty of being human. This is human creativity. This is where we get to really be expansive. So celebrate that. I would not be able to channel if I wasn't in the imagination. I wouldn't be able to see the imagery. I wouldn't be able to have access to the language. I wouldn't have the alignment if I was not in the place of third eye space, imagination, right hemispheric receptivity, and spiritual connection. All those places, that's what allows channeling. So yeah, we're making it up. Let's stop pretending that's a problem.
But can we use a different word than that? Because to me, making it up sounds like a fiction, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like this is fiction. This feels like it is reality. So it sounds like you are saying that you need to give yourself the permission to allow your thoughts to come through, knowing that a part of them is you.
Yeah, that works. We can say that.
Okay,
instead
thank
of
you. I
making
need
it
that
up.
to wrap my head around it. So
I mean, you just made that up, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go with it.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So the first time you felt these messages from Gaia, what was that like? Like, what made you say, "Oh, this is something I got to pay attention to"?
It's like it still is. To me, she always feels like a very familiar frequency of just love and acceptance. And then these days, there is urgency added into the mix, because I don't believe that Mother Earth just sits there with her fingers crossed, hoping that we're going to awaken. I believe she's doing her part to awaken us. And so when I channel Gaia, I feel surrounded by peace and love. I feel a warmth. I feel a divinity of the beyond. I feel a colorfulness to it, because imagine this is the planet that supports all life for all time. And the communication over the years that I've been channeling her has just increased and improved in its clarity as I get better and more clear as a channel, as I move more of my own biases and judgments out of the way. And it's here for all of us. It starts very simply. Every message that she gives when I'm channeling for a group who wants to hear from her brings us back to the basics. She always says, notice the smallest of my beings. Notice the teeny tiny insects. Notice the worms. Notice the butterflies. Notice the things that you would normally not even be focused on at the ground level, because that brings you into wonder and amazement and awe of like, wow, that how is that worm able to make those movements? Or when I don't know if you've ever tried touching a worm, but they totally freak out, right? They flop all over.
I mean, I think I would freak out if something big thing came down and touched me.
Yeah, like, exactly. And so that brings us into a state of awe, like, oh my gosh, wow, you're so full of life. You're so full of vitality. And what else are you doing here? And how am I a part of this? Wait, you're creating healthy food for me through your participation in this earth realm. So there's so much to be honored and engaged with and in awe of. And every time we do that, it's a form of channeling.
Right. So this is a little off topic, but not really, because it just occurred to me. But a lot of the conversations we've had over the course of the last however many years of doing the show, the big thing has been, it's not just us moving into the 5D, but rather the entire planet is moving into the 5D as well. Any messages have they come through regarding that? Is she cool with it? Is she worried? Is she what is the big message from her about the new evolution that we're all going through?
Yeah. Well, I never experienced like what I would call anxiety or worry from any channeled messages from her. I just experienced what you and I might call the reality of things, which this is what devastates my heart, because the reality is that life is being lost by choices that we make intentionally, which is even more upsetting to me. But I feel as though this advancement that you're talking about, this transcendence that we're talking about is, yes, it's a collective, and she's here with that and for that and embodying that as well. And she, in my channeling of her, while that's happening, we are also charged with caring for all life right now. And sometimes there can be a bit of a bypass in saying, well, this is just part of our ascendance, and so we're going to focus there, but actually to the negligence of what life needs from us and is calling forward from us. So it's a balance, really. I think it's not one way or another way. It's how can we remain connected to one another and to all the life forms and to all humans in all areas of the world, while also recognizing that, yes, we are in an expansion and we are transcending, and that's an individual and a collective pursuit as well.
Right.
So I guess this would be like a personal Gaia question, because, she's this planet with, all this life on it that obviously, yes, it's interconnected, but like, I wonder, you're going to think I'm crazy. So like all the planets in the solar system, I'm thinking that they would kind of be similar. Like, do they communicate? Like, is she lonely?
Well, I mean,
is she just by herself, or can she talk to Venus?
I don't think that's crazy. I think that's really interesting, because I mean, the only planet that we know of that has life on this
Life as we know it.
Life as we know it, but vegetation, water, that kind of thing is Earth, is this planet. So, good question. Is she lonely?
really good question. I have not ever sensed that from her. While she keeps calling us home to our own true nature and our connection with her, I don't get that it's from a place of her loneliness. I get that she is reflecting back to us our loneliness. That is the result of our separation from her.
I
Dang.
know. I just got goosebumps. Like, oh.
Wow. Okay. Where to go from there? Holy smokes. That was profound.
Yeah.
And my answer would have been like, no, she's too busy. Like, hey, get off me. You know, 'cause we're
She's got her kids crawling all over
doing,
her.
yeah,
I don't have time to
exactly.
be lonely.
Now, we have been focusing this conversation on Gaia, but this is not the only entity that you channel. You do people also, right? You do all kinds of things. Is there any type of entity that you feel hasn't come through you?
No, but there are plenty that I have no knowledge of, you know. So I have a vast array of clients from all different spiritual backgrounds and beliefs. And sometimes I'll have a client that says, "Can you channel this entity?" And I've never heard of it before, which is fine. I don't hear of most of what I'm channeling, and that's the beauty of it, right? I
Right.
get to not be biased when I have no knowledge of it. But we've really traversed some interesting energies and entities through that. But I have to say that my greatest joy in my particular flavor of channeling work is channeling the souls that are here on the planet now. Because what I find is that for, let's say, parents, for example, which you guys can relate to, and I certainly can relate to too, as soon as I learned to channel the souls of my kids, game changer.
Oh,
Total game changer. I
Wow.
understood. Yeah. Just imagine if you could tap in without bias and judgment and ask their souls, what do you need from me? How am I showing up in service to you? How am I getting in your way? What are we here to do together? How can I support? Or what can I ask of their souls to honor in our, dynamic here? So it has allowed me to have such a close and nourishing relationship with my kids. And of course, each of their souls has a totally different feel. But we're on that level, we're clear.
I think if I were to do that, our daughter would think it's unfair.
You
Because
think you're eavesdropping?
I would be, because I'd be asking, did Sienna actually take that last cookie, or did she really did not?
I doubt it. I think you'd go a little deeper than that
Yeah.
strictly three-dimensional
Yeah,
question.
eventually I get deep, but right now I want to know about that cookie, man. But so you have channeled entities like extraterrestrials and angelic beings and other stuff.
Have you ever channeled anything that left you fearful?
No.
Yay!
But let me tell you why. There's a reason. There's a reason. Before I agreed to channel for what we would call the public, I made an agreement with my guides who were telling me it's time for you to stop studying this and start serving. I was just looking for another teacher. I didn't know that I was actually going to do this. And I told when I got that message clearly that's time to serve, I said, if that's true and you feel that I'm ready, then I need for everybody that comes to experience my channeling work to be a close vibrational match or higher than the one I carry. And that is how I'm able to not, to really, it's deflected. Anything that's dense or heavy or dark, first of all, that's what we create as humans. I do not believe that's any part of divine energy. And so it's kept me clear. My guides promised they would do that. I said, please be my gatekeepers. They have never let me down. Now, a couple times I've channeled for people and I have left those sessions feeling awful. Just the whole thing was just a poor match. But guess what? My guides told me ahead of time, don't take this client. And I didn't listen.
You ignored it.
I ignored it. I don't ignore it anymore.
Right. So I'm afraid what she's going to say when we ask her to channel on the show. Yeah, Stephanie, just ignore it. Just ignore it, whatever you get.
Oh my goodness.
So are there any strong messages that you have been getting again and again recently? I know that you channel for clients, for people to reach out to you, things like that. So, but I assume that you do it on your own as well. Are you getting messages that are pertinent, that are coming through so often that you pay attention to and you want to share that with us?
Yeah, I think the thing that I struggle most with personally is overindulging in the world events, trying under the guise of educating myself, that's true too.
Right.
But there is this imbalance that I find almost daily for me where I can, like, there's a point at which it becomes too much. And my guides are working with me constantly to tap me just beforehand or to tell me, this is a day off or this is a week off. There will be no stories, like global stories for you. Steer clear, stay clear so you can be clear in service to others. So that is what I'm getting pretty consistently. I know it's not just for me, it's for those of us who are awake to the global events and who are deeply distressed and disturbed by them and are wondering what kind of effect we could have, because the narrative is that we can't, right? That one person doesn't make a difference, that's a bunch of nonsense. But that is what's in the field. There's a lot of intensity in the field and fear in the field and violent behaviors in the field and all of that. So the thing I'm getting now in these times is be very aware, awake, and mindful of where my attention goes and for how much time, and reclaim all these scattered pieces of my energy and myself on a regular basis so that I can be an integrated and clear voice for those who are looking for clarity.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I get that message myself, and I'm on a channel.
You are a channel. You just haven't made that up yet.
I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Dang it.
Oh my gosh. So can you go into channel someone's soul or higher self without them? Well, I guess if you channeled your children, did you have to ask them first, or can you just go in there?
Yeah, I always ask. A soul never comes through if it doesn't want to.
But do you ask the soul or do you ask the kid?
I ask the soul, who's going to trust the kid?
There you go. There you go. Okay.
Because I was thinking.
Now I'm on board.
You can do some work.
Yeah.
I need to talk later. No.
It's funny because you said earlier that your daughter might think you're being intrusive, right? If you were to channel her. But here's the thing about channeling from the soul level. It's only love. There is nothing that is negatively revealing or negatively impactful when you're channeling from fifth dimensional consciousness, which is only the consciousness that I'm attuning to when I channel. That's unity consciousness. That's the highest divine, loving energy. So the soul is going to come through and only transmit that which comes from the greatest loving place. There's not going to be anything that is heavy or problematic. Again, we create that as our human behavior here. So it's only love, and it's where the messages make me laugh all the time, and souls have great senses of humor, and your daughter's does too. And so it's just a really beautiful, it's a very intentional dynamic to channel and to receive in this way. And occasionally, very, very rarely, a soul will not wish to come through. And I'm told that as I close my eyes to channel, I will hear them or someone on their behalf say, no, not for me right now, but I'm sending a guide on my behalf. So we still get the message that's needed, and we still get the insight and the guidance. But I'll just tell the client, this isn't actually going to be your grandmother. It's a soul on her behalf, though, or a spirit guide on her behalf that we'll hear from, and this one will be able to answer your question.
Okay. So interesting. So a lot of channels that we've spoken to in the past sometimes don't know who is going to come through, but you specifically request different people, things to come through.
Yeah.
Have you ever been surprised?
No, because it's always on request. You know, that's how I like to channel. That's how I teach people to channel. I don't like to be surprised.
Yeah, not in that realm.
Right.
No, so I really will. I always ask my clients, you know, who would you like to tune into, or what question is sitting on your heart that you would like higher level guidance around? Because we know we know what we want to hear, what we need to hear, or what we're ready to ask about. And then as they're talking, I am listening beyond and behind their words, and their guides are telling me, higher self, spirit guides, great Aunt Trudy, whatever it is. And then I can tell them, oh, well, this energy is here. Does that feel okay to you to, to tune into? And they'll
Gotcha.
tell me yes or no.
Gotcha. Cool.
Have you had, or can you share with us an example of just a very impactful session that you've had with someone, something that just blown their mind and they're like, oh my gosh.
Really, all of them. And this is not ego. It's the beauty of spirit, right? They're all mind expanding, mind blowing. They're all giving us a totally different perspective on a relationship that we thought we knew. So let me think to recent clients that maybe I saw today or yesterday. Okay, so a recent client asked about to hear from a sibling who was on the other side. And nothing that came through was new to her, which is the beauty of channeling accurately, I think, because that's how you know the resonance is there. So her sibling comes through and gave, minutes of transmission of information and insights and guidance and support and encouragement. And then when we process it afterwards, she's like, oh my gosh, that was him. He's told me that actually. He told me that when he was living. He told me, like, those were the words he used, etc. And then I get to just be in that, isn't that magical? Isn't that beautiful and powerful? Because just because he told her that in his lived life, that does not mean that she believed it then. How many times have you guys told each other something? You're like, maybe,
Right.
But then we hear it in a different way or through, no, you always believe her?
I mean, he should.
No, actually, just the opposite. It's like, I don't know if I believe anything she says. No, I'm just teasing.
But, our personalities get in the way and our insecurities get in the way. But when it comes through someone who doesn't like me or anyone else who's bringing forward messages, and it lands differently, we're able to receive it finally, or maybe able to utilize it in a more impactful and functional way. So I think that's transformational.
That I get, because I tell her things all the time, and she has to get it from her friend or her mother before she will actually hear
Before it's
it.
transformational.
Yes, for sure. So I get that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now, you say that anyone can do this, that everyone can do this, and that perhaps everyone is already doing it without them even realizing it. So how can anyone who's listening right now or watching this right now, they want to be more in tune with these messages. How do you suggest someone start down that path?
We actually have to shut up.
Oh, well, I'm out then.
Very true.
We do. We have to pause in silence, because you cannot receive when you are talking or when you're thinking or when you're, going those a mile a minute like this, that the culture has us running at. And that's the only place where the messages can come through. We have to be in a receptive state. So we have to slow down. And for different people, that means different things. Messages can also come through while we're sleeping. There's a shortcut here if you want to channel. And you feel you're too busy during the day, or you're not able to achieve that state of receptivity, or you're a bad meditator. By the way, I'm a terrible meditator. I keep trying, I keep showing up to it, and I guess that's the whole point. But people think, oh, if you're a clear channel, you probably meditate 7 hours a day. No. And when I do, it is one of the most frustrating experiences ever, because the mind ramps up and, there's distractions left and right. But you can start by when you are the most captive audience, which is when you're asleep. And your ancestors can reach you so beautifully and easily then. You might not remember it. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. Lots of people don't remember their dreams. That doesn't mean they're not dreaming. But you can start a practice where you keep some pen and paper by your bedside and you do a ritual before you go to sleep just to clear yourself and release anything, any energy that's attached itself to you during the day that's not for you. And then you invite in, sometimes I will invite in my grandma Rose. She's so much fun to dance with in my dreams and to be in a playful realm with. So while we're on the astral plane, we can be with our ancestors and loved ones, with our higher self, with our spirit guides. You can ask for answers for specific questions. A client that I just had today told me that's what she does. She channels while she's asleep. She asks for specific guidance, and she sometimes wakes up in the middle of the night with that exact answer or the person's name that she's needing to connect with or a direction that she's meant to take. So there's lots of ways to do this.
Right. But I want to go back to, and yes, dreams is it's a great way for those of you who dream, or remember their dreams anyway. But the most important thing that struck me when you were just talking there was about the slowing down. There's so much coming at us all day long, every day. Now we've got this wonderful invention that I wish we kind of never had, which just screams for our attention. I have been trying to be more mindful and be more present for a few days. Like I've been putting that intention out there, that I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to be more present with my family, with my work, with whatever I'm doing. And yet I find myself catching myself on my phone. Oh, I just want to check what this email is. How can we get beyond that? 'Cause I totally understand the shut up part of it. I wish I could shut up. I wish I could stop. And I am a meditator. I meditate every morning for not 10 minutes. I meditate for a lengthy amount of time, not an hour, but for me, very lengthy. But that's the only time that I feel I'm actually shutting up.
Yeah.
Where the rest of the time I can't put the damn phone down. So what tips can you give us to put the damn phone away, to start being more present, to feel in your shoes? Help me.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say announce that that's what you're going to do, which you essentially just did to how many thousands of people?
Many thousands, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you take that a step further and announce it to the people who matter, the ones who are in your world, the ones who are observing your behaviors, your children, your spouse, your family members, and you say, this is important to me. I want to be taking regular breaks from my phone, and I'm committing from 5 o'clock to 5:30 or whatever it is to have it elsewhere. Then you have a whole host of support right there that's observing and watching you. And that's just called accountability. It's a simple thing, but it's very, very effective.
Right.
I don't know of a more effective way. We have to actually claim for ourselves, sometimes in the presence of others, the direction we're taking, so that that reverberates, so that we can rise to that.
Yeah.
And it's something else you said just hit me again too. It's almost like FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. Like my phone's in the other room, but what's happening on that phone when I'm not in the same room with it? And that's the most insane thing I can think of. And yet it's legitimately a problem for me.
It's such an oxymoron kind of thing, because you're like, oh, you can reach people on social media, you can email and call and all this stuff and texting people and all this, and you're being social. Yet when you're in a room full of people and you're being social with your phone, you're not being social with any of the people that you're actually with, and the people that could care less.
Yeah, I would even go so far as to say you're not really being social in reality, in real life.
No, but I think you feel like, not you, but I think people feel like they are.
Sure.
They're interacting and they're posting whatever and liking things and being part of something, and it's you're pulling yourself out of something that you actually already are part of to try to fit into something else.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's causing illness in our youth, and a detriment to their social skills, because this is their experience of social. So there's very good reasons to take breaks from it, and even better reasons not to judge yourself for how easily your brain goes back to it's an intentional addiction that we are all subjected to.
That's very true.
I'm not making anyone evil here. This is being fostered though.
Yeah,
And
no, that's evil. I'm making it evil. It is evil. Okay. If they made it specifically to addict us to these things, that's pretty evil. So I'm just going to put it out there.
Okay. You made that up and I'm going with it.
Yeah. Well, to your point earlier, it's man who creates these evil.
Yes.
It's not divine. It is greed. It is us. It is our base animal instinct that makes these things happen, and that's unfortunately taken over right now, and we need to find a way back into the divine. So
I have one more suggestion for you.
Oh, please, yes.
Will. So to this same goal of you taking breaks from your phone and letting your family know that's what you're going to do, when the break is over, you tell the people who are supporting you in this goal one thing that you got that you would not have if you'd been on your phone.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
No, that's great.
No,
you see how much better it is. You're like, oh, this happened, or we had this conversation.
And it doesn't. I'm not talking about profound things. You could say that was the best tooth flossing I've ever done in my life because I wasn't watching the news while or whatever.
Yeah.
So you bring it to the tiniest, the most mundane, and eventually those things become magical. No pressure for it to be something profound. This is the beauty of it. This is the reason why you're doing it, and you get to illuminate that with your family.
Back in as the show was just getting started, there was a time when I was very present because I was in crisis. When I was in crisis, I was very present, and I would sit and just stare for hours. Not for hours. It would feel like for hours.
I would have noticed that.
I didn't need to do anything because I was I was sitting in myself. And since then, I was very present when Sienna would be playing that video game, or you and I would be sitting there talking, and that I loved that. That's actually, I would say, one of the things that pulled me out of crisis. And now we are a million miles a minute, and not in crisis, but I would say I'm more in crisis now than I was back then because of all the million miles a minute we're going to. But this was wonderful for me. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't at least say, hey, Stephanie, would you care to open the floor for someone to come through?
Sure. Who do you want to hear from?
I'm opening the floor to you, Karen.
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
What's the big thing right now? You want to talk about that at all? No, I'm saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you want like your spirit guides to come through and give you any advice or anything like that?
Sure. I don't know who my spirit guides are. I would love to meet a spirit guide.
How about that? Would that work?
Oh, yeah. Anything you want to hear from is perfectly fine. Your daughter's here too, just so you know, but we don't have to channel her.
Well,
it's all good. We can do a spirit guide. There's no pressure. Everyone's here. So don't feel like you're going to be insulting any soul if you choose.
But now I'm curious.
You said I could pick.
I know. Okay. You're right. All right.
We can also do 2 messages. Depending on time. All good. Okay. Karen, if you check in with your heart for a moment, knowing that you can ask anything at all for your spirit guides to speak to, what might that be that you are seeking some clarity or insight around?
Health.
Okay. Beautiful. So let's channel your guides of health, your spirit guides of health. So I just get quiet, I close my eyes, and when I start to talk after a moment, it's just going to come from the perspective of these guides of yours. Well, that's just it, isn't it? It's everything. It's everything. Health is everything. Ask anyone. And you know this because you have chosen this particular lifetime, this particular body, this exact heart. You picked it from among many. Your set of lungs, that as well. The musculoskeletal system that you enjoy in its strength and in its flexibility and in its and in its ability to carry yourself around so easily. Yes, carefully chosen, mindfully chosen. So this is where it all begins. Do you have an understanding, dearest one, of how very much goes on the inside at the intricate levels? Of course, the answer would be not so much, because if you did, well, maybe you would have attended medical school. If you did, well, maybe you would have studied anatomy, physiology ad nauseum. If you did, well, then you would be spouting off information about exactly that. But that's not the purpose to you experiencing this particular lifetime in this particular body with these particular organs. What you have chosen here is to experience health, and then a slight sidestep to health, and then a step back into perfect health, and then a slight sidestep. And nothing here is really meant to be colossally problematic. So let yourself ease into relaxation here. Let your body and your shoulders really, really rest in the fact that you've got this. Your body has got this. Its wisdom is beyond all wisdom. You made sure of this prior to taking birth in this lifetime. And we are here to support you. Through the obvious ways, through the ways of the physical needs, through the ways of the hydration, the ways of nourishment, the ways of movement, of exercise, of important and meaningful relationships. For all of these are nourishing points for the body to bring itself back into balance, back into perfect health. So the question you are really asking here is how to maintain the highest level of health so that you may be a mentor for such things. You may be a model for such things. And it is, since it is not your style to go off spouting about, well, one should do this or that because look at me, I am doing this or that. No, your style is more quiet. It's more subtle. You do the thing, you reap the benefit, and then you allow for that to be seen and felt and perceived by others who are around you. And then they ripple that out to their circles and so forth and so on. And so that's what this is all about. And if you want a list, and we know you do, here it is. Here is your list for how you can be more in sync with all of the inner workings of the magnificent, miraculous body. Number one, look at your nail beds, your cuticles, your fingernails, your toenails, for that matter. Spend some good time looking at them. No, you're not supposed to find problem with it. There are no problems with it. You're just supposed to notice. Did you see them grow? Have you been watching that closely? Would that not be a miracle to you? How this tissue is moving out beyond the tips of your fingers to protect them from harm. So this is it. This is at the subtle level. So we direct you to do that now and then. And as you are marveling at your fingernails and your toenails and your nail beds, why not invite another to marvel at them as well? This could be a wonderful point of conversation and something that brings about a delightful laughter. How silly, they will say. How silly for her to be so focused on something so insignificant. And yet it's not. It's not insignificant at all. Number two. So now we want to bring you into the hair follicles. We want you to, to take notice of the miracle of growing hair. And while you might lament how it grows out, or the shape it takes, or the color it takes, or whatever it is that you might lament, stop and notice how does that feel? Is that a waste of time? Is that something worth your effort to focus in that way? Or is it yet another miracle that there is growth and there is health there, and it is happening all around your scalp? And oh, while you're at it, how about a nice, good, beautiful, delicious scalp massage? How will that bring you back into the body, into health, into total wellness and well-being? And number three, well, we should say that for most humans, yourself included, there are joint areas that tend towards crackly, that tend towards inflammatory, that tend towards becoming or feeling as though they are becoming problematic. This is nothing for you to worry about, but it is something for you to attend to. For did you know that you have the ability to send fluids to your joints? Yes, yes, you do. Did you know that you have the ability through your hands to massage? What is that? I guess just more fluids into the spaces that require in order for you to move about more easily, more healthfully on this planet? Yes, yes, you do. And so hands on, sister, hands on. This time is all about claiming the health that you already have, that you already know is yours to have. And when you take a sidestep, it's nothing that is meant to throw a wrench in anything. It is for you to awaken into the miracle of you.
Wow.
Did you breathe it all through that?
I might take a sip of water.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we got a lot to talk about.
We
after
sure
that.
do.
Yeah.
I want a scalp massage.
Yes.
I might know a guy. Very cool.
That was amazing.
Did that feel good?
It did. It
Yeah.
felt wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Well,
you're welcome.
so that was, I could see, like you open yourself up, like almost like you stepped out of the way and you just, whatever was coming through is like, you're not talking, just let whatever comes through. Is that kind of how it feels where it's not you there, you're just kind of opening the door and letting things go through?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really delightful for me because I'm able to see all sorts of imagery. I wish there was a way to have a projector so I could show it to the people I'm channeling to. But I mean, there might be a way. And so I'm going to change that. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. No. Cancel.
Never mind.
Delete. Be careful what we ask for.
Yeah.
But yes, it's really what I love about it is that as the messages are coming through, sometimes just a split second before the words become words out of my mouth, I know what's happening or where it's going. And so sometimes I'll start to smile or I'll start to laugh because I can see what's being illuminated. It's beautiful. And to channel your soul and to your guides, rather, your guides of health, and to see that you as a soul chose a really robust lifetime of being in body. Yay. I'm so happy for you, because that's not the case for every soul. Yeah. There are some who choose a lifetime of physical maladies, we might say, because there's growth and expansion there too. But that's not what yours did. And so it's just kind of fun to get a feel for, okay, this is the type of journey. So anything that I might feel that's outside of the realm of what I would call health is purely for experience of that. Oh, and then I come back to center, health. And then, and there's this over here. Oh, fascinating. And then I come back to center.
Cool. All right.
Wow.
So, in the interest of time, real quickly, you said her daughter was there. So can you just ask her if she took the cookie? I just need to know.
Let's tune into her.
There was no cookie.
Knowing full well she's not going to talk. Well, who knows what she'll talk about. But let's see. Okay. I knew it. You would not be able to resist this. As soon as I dangled the carrot, I knew you'd come following and running because that's who you are, Dad. That's who you are. And thank you. That's what I want to say, honestly. And from the bottom of my everythingness, I want to say thank you. Thank you for following my lead because you do. Thank you for giving me more and more space because you will. Thank you for honoring the bigness of what I will be doing because I'm not so clear on what that looks like just yet. And I may not be for another 5 years, but just watch in that time frame what becomes crystal clear. Watch what comes into focus because I have no problem sharing it with you as I am made aware of it and privy to it. And so in the vein of your perceived time limitations, I will say the following. Number one, you're doing a great job. And yes, there's plenty of room for improvement.
Oh, damn, Sienna.
Number two, I'm not the one who you need to be concerned about eating the cookies.
That's you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Number three, I would like to have a special planned outing that involves climbing trees with you soon. Thank you. Number four, I want to know when you feel that you are at your best, your brightest, your greatest, because I'll be honest, sometimes I think you are downplaying it. And I might say that's humble. And I suppose there's some benefit to being humble, but I'm not that interested in humble. I want to know where you are great. I already know. I want to know what you know about it. And finally, number five, I want to say you have chosen the absolute perfect partner of all time. Oh, chills on that.
Yeah, I knew that.
I just got all teary.
Well, that was very cool, but yeah, I disagree. She definitely is wanting to worry about the cookie. I mean,
no, it's you.
That was very cool. It almost felt like, to me, like Sienna's energy.
Yeah.
Right? It felt like...
You could totally see her saying all of that stuff.
Completely. So,
wow.
Very, very cool. So, how do you help people when someone reaches out to you and say, Stephanie, I want to connect? Mm-hmm. Where should they go? But then what's the process?
Yeah, well, so my sessions are on Zoom, and they can schedule through my website, soulinsight.com. Beware, because there actually is another Stephanie Banks who's an intuitive channel, not lying.
Oh, wow. No. Oh, boy.
So go to Soul Insight if you're curious about my work. She's lovely as well. We just channel very differently. And a lot of times my sessions are, relationally oriented. So there's, like your daughter said, there's always room for improvement, right?
Yeah, which I took offense over, by the way.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah. I wonder where that came from. Uh-huh.
So, and this is where, relationships are where we do our greatest growth. And that's why they're so challenging. So people want to know, how can I be a better partner, a better supervisor, a better CEO? Like I channel for CEOs, and sometimes they'll have me channel people that they're considering hiring, or sometimes it will be all oriented around their family members. And how can I be a better parent, et cetera. So, but there's endless application to this work. And so you can ask anything. There are no bad questions. We have so many wonderings, and there's so much we don't know until we hear it channeled, and then we remember that we knew it all along.
Right. That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to make sure that we talk about before we say goodbye this time around?
No, I just want to thank the two of you and honor the courage that it took for you to channel here and allow this to come through. Thank you for that.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you, because you were the one who channeled. We just sat and watched. No, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on the show and for sharing your wisdom. And I will try to be better. Sienna, I will try. There's always room for improvement. So thanks so much, Stephanie. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You too. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Okay, well, that does it for this episode of the Skeptic Metaphysicians. Thanks for coming along on this journey beyond the veil. If you're enjoying the ride, don't forget to visit us at skepticmetaphysician.com to dive even deeper into the world of metaphysics and spiritual awakenings. Follow us also on your favorite social media platforms. We're always sharing mind-expanding content and behind-the-scenes fun. And if you're craving connection with like-minded seekers, join our community. The link is on the show notes. And hey, if you're feeling the vibes, help others find us by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. It makes a huge difference, and we would be so grateful. Until next time, keep questioning, keep seeking, but most of all, keep your mind open.